everybody. Welcome to Lunch Break with ATI. I'm Cindy Collins, one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana, the professional theater company in Carmel, Indiana, at the Center for the Performing Arts. But today we are not in Carmel. We are in Westfield. So this is not our office, but I did bring my car today, just for kicks, my Corvette. But we are actually at Motor District in Westfield. And today we're talking to John Leonard. John,
yes.
You are, and tell me your exact title with Artomobilia.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was one of the guys that founded Artomobilia 15 years ago, along with a few others. As typically happens, people drop away, get other interests, and so now it's kind of my baby. And so I think my official title is executive director. But I don't have,
yes.
It doesn't mean much because I'm doing all things, right? Chief cook and bottle washer.
I absolutely get that, because that's how that's how anything is. Our theater company is the same way.
Yeah.
You're doing a million things. I have my title, but
then you're
can you?
We also need to take the trash out sometimes.
And you got to keep the bathrooms clean. So now I've been to Artomobilia. I think it's so cool.
Sure.
Obviously the cars there are. You find some cars there that are absolutely stunning.
Absolutely.
Contemporary cars, antique, vintage automobiles.
We have a very eclectic event. In fact, probably one of the most. I attend my fair share of automotive events, and ours is very eclectic for a reason. Yeah. Right? And I've got a lot. I don't want everything at the show, but I like everything at the show. And I like the fact that somebody likes it and is interested in it.
Oh, absolutely, because you could walk down and I'm sure it's expanded. I can't imagine it hasn't.
It has. So we started 15 years ago. We might have had 40 or 50 cars just right on Main Street.
Right, yeah.
And last year we had 600, which was probably too many. And so this year we'll be right at about 500.
Oh my God, 500 is tiny. So
it adds up.
But the last time I was there, it was like all the way down Main Street, continued towards the high school, and then teed off.
Absolutely.
On range line, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and there's everything from somebody had an old VW bus, which I love.
23 window bus. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool ones.
Oh my gosh. And they even had, some of these people really go all out. They're just not there with their car with the hood up.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
Have props. I have people with props. They have things in their car that are vintage, like that VW camper had totally canned goods.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the canned goods where they used to go in the door because we had
Earl has a lot of cool stuff in his van. No question.
God, right? So coolers. Some people, they're actually giving out stuff. Some of them.
Yep.
So it's not just walking around and looking at cars. It's really these people with their own vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really go get bump it up.
Yeah. So let me give you kind of a taste of it. So our original charter 15 years ago, the mayor, we did a lot of different events. Not we. Carmel did a lot of different events. They continue to do events all the time, and the charter at that time, and this was when the Lurie Gallery was the building, right? That was the Lurie Gallery, right?
Oh, that was a big deal.
And the Lurie building, I should say.
But it's still on.
It's still there.
The name is still on there.
The name's still on there.
Yeah.
And everything else was, rock and chain link fence and big plans, right? And so we started that, but the idea was, the charter was bring in a certain demographic to the Arts and Design District, so they come and they see it, and then they come back, right? And that was the goal.
And that's the goal with everything in Carmel.
Absolutely.
That is the goal. Get people in to see an event, to see theater, or the Center for the Performing Arts. Get them to the center.
Absolutely.
Get them to see, our professional shows there.
Showcase what we have.
The things at the Palladium, and then people will come back.
Absolutely.
You got to just get them in there.
Yeah.
First, you got to hook them in the first time. Yes.
And it's been very effective. It seems like a strategy that's really worked well.
I think it has, and I think it's a smart strategy. People come for one thing.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, wait a minute, what's over here?
Absolutely.
Or what are they doing? Or what's happening? And there are so many. I have to say that Carmel's done a great job with so many events. There's so many different events.
They got a ton of
that range
events.
from, because I think certain cars are totally art.
Yeah.
I totally look at cars as a work of art. You know,
for sure.
So you have that's art, and performing arts. I mean, it all goes together.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and you know, one of the things that we and myself and I organize it with about 20 different guys, and you know, we get a lot of credit for like, we've really grown this and all these things. And I said, listen, here's the thing: you take our event and you put it in a parking lot somewhere, and it's not the same. Like the venue makes it. I think the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a great example. When IndyCar went away from the Motor Speedway and turned into IRL, wasn't the same when it wasn't at the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah.
Wimbledon was the same way. Years ago, this is probably 50 years ago, it changed ownership a little bit, and they didn't have the tennis tournament at Wimbledon. Wimbledon still exists, right?
Yeah.
It's not the event, it's the venue in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And so we're very, we appreciate that the city is very indulgent. They allow us to do whatever we want within reason.
It's smart.
Yeah.
It's smart thinking. It's smart collaboration. You know?
Yeah.
Because Main Street is now, Main Street,
a lot of great stuff.
It's lovely.
It is.
It's lovely. And so it helps the merchants, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Main Street of Carmel.
Yeah, we used to, it was a little bit of pulling teeth early on because they said, we'd have some galleries and some other places. Well, my customers, where are they going to park? How are they going to know? And I was like, here's the thing. I'm bringing myself and 20,000 of my friends. Perhaps there's some new customers in there somewhere.
And that's...
And they figured that out.
Exactly. And as a merchant,
yeah,
you just think, this is the way I think, you just think, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great. This event's going to be here right in my store.
Right.
I would be like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because it just behooves the merchant.
Yeah.
And whether that person goes in there then, like you said, they might come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, I totally agree with all that.
And one of the things is, I was talking to one of the merchants who was relatively new to the Arts and Design District, and they said, we loved Artomobilia last year, and we were looking forward to it this year. It was our #1 revenue day. And I think that's true for a lot of the restaurants. It's not really surprising.
Yeah.
But
someone's here.
The reality is that there's no individual merchant that could get 20,000 people to show up.
There's no way.
Right? I mean, maybe they could, but we haven't seen it yet. But the city, on the other hand, can facilitate these relationships, whether it's Artomobilia or International Arts Fair
That's
or
huge.
Brews on the Boulevard or all the different
Jazz on
unique
Main,
things.
Jazz on the Mona.
There's so many.
Every single event. I mean, all the stuff during the holidays. And that's a big time for the merchants.
Yeah,
of course, the holidays from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and so anything that happens, it just behooves. It behooves the city. It behooves all the merchants.
It helps everybody, including the event, because again, Artomobilia is open to the public, so there's no door. We don't collect any fees.
Yeah.
So what you see in terms of Artomobilia, the organization, the promotion, and all the things that go along with that, are 100% function of sponsors and entrants, right? And so the entrants have an entry fee. They end up with a hat and some other stuff, and that burns that down.
Sure.
And so it's not like a typical theater like you guys do, where you're charging per seat. Right. We have to say, hey, we will have a lot of people here. It's a great opportunity for you to sell your wares, and so we have also we're very respectful of the existing merchants. So we would never have a sponsor that would compete directly with one of the merchants in the Arts and Design District. So we won't have a jeweler come in because there's already jewelry stores, and we won't have you'll never see like a chicken bowl place or some other kind of food
anything
van
that's there.
They've already got it, and so it makes it very easy for us. We focus on the content and the organization and the amenities. The get a beer, get an ice cream, get a sandwich, do whatever you want.
Well, and with the Mona, they walk right down to Midtown, to Sun King, to the Penn and Beach Candle Place, to everything that little section has.
Absolutely.
And keep walking, but that Mona is just connecting everything in Carmel along the way. So that's fantastic.
And it's going to just continue to improve as Veterans Way gets completed.
And
it ties together really Arts and Design District, Midtown, and City Center.
Absolutely. We were doing during the pandemic, although everybody was doing whatever you could.
Yeah.
We were doing drive-in concerts in that parking lot that was Merchant Square.
Yeah.
Okay, city gave it to us, we got the city gave us a stage, and we were doing drive-in concerts, drive-in carring, drink, blah, 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 watch. Some of the merchants, not all.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't like it.
Yeah.
And all I could think was, are you, what?
Why wouldn't you like
Why
it?
wouldn't you like this?
Yeah.
A, not a lot of people are coming in here now. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, nobody's,
What can it hurt,
nobody's
right?
blocking your space. Our concerts were at night.
Yeah.
Okay, even. So they were, most of them even were closed.
Yeah.
But we pushed the restaurants there.
Right.
We pushed the beer place, we pushed the reggae, we pushed Roma, who has now moved. It's
Right,
a
right.
beautiful, beautiful building.
Yeah.
I love the building you're in now.
Yeah,
Roma.
absolutely.
They're really great. So like saying that when you were talking about that's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
what this is gonna hurt you. This is
No.
Nothing. No,
Seems more exposure
it's
is better.
all exposure, all publicity.
Yeah.
It's all, and you being a good, well, you're collaborating with the merchants too.
Yeah.
So you being a good collaborator is making you look great.
Yeah,
It's making you look good.
And my intent is not to be the center of the stage, right? I'm
Well, for
there to
that day,
facilitate
though,
it.
I mean, it's pretty big.
The cars are the stars, right?
Yeah.
No one's coming to see John Leonard. Everybody's coming to see all the cars that
I
are
don't
out,
know
right?
about that.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. If you're not sure, you could ask my wife.
Oh, she's
there to see me.
No
Everybody
one's coming
else
to
is.
see you, John.
Right.
Just to nip that.
But what it's turned into over the last 15 years, and if you'd have said, "Hey, John, in 15 years you're going to be still doing this," I would have been like, "Yeah, probably not."
Yeah.
But what it's offered me is opportunity to meet people that I would never normally meet.
Right. Of course.
An opportunity to get involved with the city and certainly the local businesses and see kind of the fruits of the labor, right? Whereas the restaurants continue to grow and they continue to have good days and all these things.
Of course.
And so it's been very fulfilling in that sense, and it's fun, right? It's it's certainly a labor of love. It's all volunteers on the team.
Yeah.
Nobody gets a paycheck.
Well, it has to be. For people to do that, it has to be a labor of love.
Yeah,
It has to be everybody, working for this. How many days? One?
Well, it's one day, yeah.
Okay.
It's Saturday the 27th.
September 27th.
But we started in October. So it goes from we finish up at the end of August.
Yes.
Nobody talks to anybody for September because everybody's tired of talking to everybody.
Yes.
And then in October we start planning for the next year.
I see.
And so a lot of one of the misconceptions is like, oh wow, so you guys like start this like sometime like into July kind of thing. It's like it actually takes a little bit longer than that, unfortunately. But it's been very rewarding, certainly rewarding for all the guys, and the fact that the city is so supportive and willing to let us do things. And like I'll give you a great example. So it wasn't on my immediate radar, but the city is putting sculptures onto 96th Street. They have an automotive theme. There'll be 4.
Yeah, I know.
And there's been some articles and whatnot about it. And I was like, hey, if we can be involved in that some way, I'd love to do it. And then I got a call, said, hey, would you be willing to make room for one of the sculptures to be at Artomobilia? And I was like, absolutely, full stop, I'll absolutely do that. And the reason is that there's a lot of sculptures around Carmel, but you never really get to see them because you're trying to not hit the other guys. You go around the roundabout. And the thing that is most amazing is that the sculptures are enormous. You think, oh, how big could they be? Well, the one you'll see on Saturday is absolutely astounding. It's probably 30 or 35 feet long, weighs a couple of tons, and it's a sculpture of a marmon wasp.
Oh,
and
that's cool. The first one because that's the first one that
1911.
won the
Indianapolis
500. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the general public's going to get a chance to see that.
Yeah, that's great.
And that really is kind of the art in Artomobilia
Yes,
in many ways,
absolutely.
right? And so we're excited about that. But again, I was like, we'd love to have it, but the city's got to be okay with it. And the city was like, of course.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we want this?
Hello.
Right? Yeah.
It all goes together.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be down on 96.
Absolutely.
That's what I saw that. Everybody thinks that you see one thing and you see it's all.
Absolutely.
It's all that. It's almost like it's marketing.
Yeah.
It's marketing.
Yeah. Marketing works every time it's tried.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so anyway,
Yeah.
we're blessed in the sense that the city's been a big part of it. That doesn't discount the work of the guys and doing all the judging and all that sort of thing. But the reality is that, you know, if you said, let's say you can't do it in Carmel, what other city around Indianapolis would you want to do it? I'm like, not going to do it on the west side, not going to do it on the east side, not going to do it on the south side. Yeah. It's really a perfect place. And the amount of investment that has been made into the backdrop that we put these cars on. It's the Arts and Design District in Midtown and at some point City Center are just a canvas on which we put all these cars. The cars sell themselves. I mean,
of course they do.
You're going to see some Ferraris this year that are just absolutely, if you looked on the cover of Carmel Monthly, there's a white SF90, brand new. It's a $704,000 car, and it is breathtaking. You're going to see it out at Artomobilia.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I love it, and I love, that's why I say I love the contrast. I love the old cars. I love the I'm more of like, I like the older ones.
Yeah,
that's just me.
They're all easy to like.
I have a 380 SL Mercedes.
Okay,
not that old, 81. So it's not, but it's still, you know, it's.
You need a hat, big sunglasses, and a scarf.
Well, I don't want to do an Isadora Duncan and strangle myself, but I always have my sunglasses on. Of course, I have a special pair I wear in that car, and you know, like I love that car. I love driving it. I love it. I mean, and like I said, I love the 280s. I really love the 280s.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I could never afford one of those.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I got the next best thing. But but are we going to do a simulator? We're going to do a simulator, right? Okay. So what do we do? Help. Do we need Bill's help? Our friend Bill.
Yeah. So just some context about where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, so exactly when it is, where it is, what's happening.
Yeah, so one of the things that has been great that I mentioned earlier was that we get a lot of sponsors involved in everything we're doing. Motor District is a sponsor.
Great.
They'll be out at Artomobilia. You can come out and see it. Millennium Sound and these Sims.
Right.
They're a part of the weekend. So we have Fuelicious, which is at the Bridgewater Club on Friday night.
Yes,
and then Artomobilia, and then we do a road rally on Sunday. So it's a full weekend.
Oh,
so everyone thinks, oh wow, that's a lot of work to put on, Artomobilia. It's like, no, it's actually a whole weekend.
Yeah.
And so we'll have some of these simulators out at Fuelicious.
Okay.
And you can get tickets to Fuelicious. It's a fundraiser for Center for the not Center for the Performing Arts.
I wish.
Meals on Wheels of Central Indiana.
Very important.
And so there's just a lot of neat ways everybody gets together, even though they have completely different, work focuses, careers. But this commonality of interest in the automobile brings a lot of interesting companies all together, and you get an opportunity to do things you wouldn't normally. So it's
I think that's really great. So it is Saturday, September 27th?
Nope, August 27th. So not this coming Saturday.
Woo!
A week from Saturday.
Saturday, August 27th.
Yep.
Okay, right on Main Street in Carmel.
Main Street and Range Line Road, easy to find, easy to park.
Sure.
There's a ton of things to do. Come ready to get an ice cream for the kids, get a beer for yourself, and buy a sandwich for your family.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I like I said, I go when I can, and I find it to be so.
If the weather's great, it's brilliant.
It's great, and I've gone and the weather's been beautiful. So I love just looking at all the cars. Yeah. And like you say, it's pretty. It's grown. It's pretty big.
It is.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Do that a whole day.
11 to 5.
Okay. Yeah. So that's plenty of time.
Absolutely.
Stroll around, see it.
Enjoy the whole thing. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You can easily make a day of it. And the other thing I would encourage people to do that goes on. No one talks about it necessarily, is go talk to the owners. Every owner has a story about their car, and they
want to talk, right?
They love to share stories.
That's right, and I think that's probably why they're there too.
Absolutely.
They're people. They like to converse with people.
Absolutely.
They like to talk about their cars.
Yeah.
That's their baby. That's their passion.
Yep.
So of course, when you start asking somebody about their cars, it's like they're like, absolutely, we want to talk for hours.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, and you have to be careful in some cases.
Yeah.
But it's been very rewarding, and one of the things that's kind of interesting is that there's two flows that happen, right? And you don't notice them until you see it for a while, which is there's an aspirational flow where these young guys come out with cars that are okay, but not great. Okay. And they look at these guys with Ferraris. Oh my gosh, one day if I could have this Ferrari, that would just be so great.
Yeah.
And the other opposite direction is nostalgia. And so you get these old guys that have, you know, a $500,000 car, and they run over to this guy with a Corvair, and they're like, "You'll never." I was 23 when I met my wife in this car. We dated for 2 years. We got married. We drove it out to California. So they'll have all these great stories where a guy thinks, "Well, this is an okay car. This is the car I can afford." But the guy with all the money and all the, you know, great cars still longs for that time that, you know.
It's a memory of your life.
Absolutely.
And so I think a person who's a real car collector, that car is that section of my life, this section of my life, this section of my life, and it goes on, and it's a part of who you are.
Absolutely.
You know, I know. I love
Absolutely.
that.
But to the Sims.
Yes.
So these are phenomenal simulators.
Okay.
I've been in a lot of them. You know, some that are multi-million-dollar simulators.
Right.
That are like a carnival ride.
Yeah.
And I've been on some that, you know, it's like a doodad. You're sitting in front of your TV.
Like the Wii's or whatever.
Yeah, Xbox or whatever.
That's it. Yeah.
This is a extremely nice simulator. Very heavy duty,
gorgeous.
very compelling. It's gorgeous to look at,
Yeah,
for sure.
it really is.
And it gives you a great driving sense, but you don't have all the accoutrement of all the shaking around. Like I get seasick or whatever, motion sickness on some of these things because there's a lot of shaking around, but there's not a lot of movement.
Okay.
These are fantastic and allow you to pick your track, pick your car, all kinds of setup options, and they're just really exceptional.
Shall we do it, Mel? Shall we try it?
Yeah.
Come on over.
Have a look.
Yeah, let's see.
So I got both of you guys set up.
Oh, that's perfect. Ladies
Lord.
first.
Oh, thank you. All right.
There's a nut around the front.
Okay.
That forward.
That's as far as it goes.
Yep.
All right.
Reach.
Well, you know. Okay, I'll do it. I'll tippy toe it.
So
Oh, God.
shift up, shift down, gas and
Shift
brake.
up, shift down.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And get accelerator.
And we're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I believe.
Oh God. What if, and
I get a
how
Ferrari.
am I going to know when to shift, Bill?
So these lights will light up.
Okay.
They'll show.
So this is shifting up.
Nope, right here. Yep. Yep.
I just pull this, right?
Yep. Yep. So now you're in first gear.
Oh God, I shouldn't be right or
What's that?
wrong. Should I be?
Yeah. And then just push
And then
gas.
what about this?
That's your brake. So brake and gas.
My technique is overdriving every corner.
All right, so am I going?
Yeah, go ahead and push the gas. And then I have the line on here, so just follow
the
that.
line?
Yeah. So it'll turn to green and red.
Now when am I supposed to shift?
It'll show you right here. Yep. Now you want to slow down. Brake. Okay, now follow these green and red lines. So when it's green, that means go. When it's red, you need to hit the brakes hard.
All right, here we go on the grass.
Oh, please. Do I shift?
Yeah, when those, when that, yep, see how it's red?
Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Now, the one thing that you won't notice while you're driving is that pretty expensive to wreck your car on the simulator.
I cut the course. I have to slow
Right?
down.
And your car wasn't even damaged. So if you go out and you spend the weekend driving your actual car,
Yes.
you might wreck it, you might, you know, be thousands of dollars. This is what you can do is you can practice your driving lines
I can practice for
on a Thursday afternoon
how
without
much?
needing to go to the track.
How much is that practice costing me? But this is, oh my God, this is awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. We're totally, Scott, we need to end. We're totally, my God, we're totally over our time for our podcast. Can I stay here and say goodbye? Scott, I can. Thank you so much for joining us. ATI, Lunch Break with ATI, Cindy Collins, John Leonard, our friend Bill, right here at the Motor District, and say it.
Millennium Sounds.
There you go. And helping us out here with these simulators that, oh my God, they're really amazing, but scary. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we start our season. Nonsense kicks off our season, then Violet, then The Mountaintop, and then Mr. Confidential. Thank you so much for joining us. Toodaloo. I'm going to keep practicing, I think, because I need it.